everyone, welcome back to Colin's Code. Today we're going to be going over Git and GitHub and how I wrote this program that utilizes the GitHub API so I can directly work with my repositories and my account from the command line without me going into a browser. So first things first, I'm going to go over Git. So Git is a version control software that developers use to merge their code and keep up with new versions of code and work with open source repositories. And GitHub is a platform where you can store code and access repositories, and it's free. And I'm going to be going through the process of actually uploading these changes to GitHub. So first things first, we're going to do a Git status. So this is going to tell me what I've changed. Okay, so I need to stage this commit here, or I need to stage this file. So we'll do a git add, and I'm just going to use the dot here, which means everything in the current directory. So there we go. I've just added that file. So now if I do a git status again, okay, the changes are ready to be committed. Okay, so now the file is staged. So I will do a git commit and then -m, which just stands for a message, and I will say updated application. Okay, bang. So we just committed. Now I'm going to push it up to my master branch. I'm just going to say git push all. It's going to prompt me for my username and then my password, and bang. That is the process of going and putting new or updating your repository. So all I did was I added all the files, then I made a commit, gave it a little message, and then I pushed it up. Okay. Now I'm going to actually show you the program itself in action. So just like I was saying, if I actually went to the GitHub website there, all those changes that I just made actually uploaded to the website. Anyway, so now I'm going to show off the actual application, and all of this is on my GitHub, so if you want to, you can go check out the source code and you can clone it yourself and use it. And I have in the README all the instructions for installing it and how to actually use it. So here we're going to say python3 app.py, so I'm going to call the app. Let me just make this a little smaller here. Okay, so I have a little ASCII art here, and let's just go through some of the stuff. So let's say I want to create a repo, so I'll choose one. I'm going to name it like a test, and I'm not going to give it a description. Let me enter my username, password. No, I don't want it to be private. No, I don't want to read me. Yes, I do want a license. I'm going to choose the MIT license. We'll use choice 2. So there we go. We're sending the request to the GitHub API. And then we wait. Okay, so the repo was successfully created, and then we just cloned it to the current directory. So if I go back to VS Code here, I can see that I have this test repository here, and here is the license. Okay, so we've just created that repository. So let's go and list it. Let's look for it. Let's see. So I can actually list any public repositories. So let's enter my name here. Okay, so here we go. So it should be, there it is. Number 11 is our test, and it has the link. Okay, so let's say I want to delete this repository. So let's go and choose 5. We'll type in my username. It's going to want my password too. And now it's going to actually do that relist there. So now I actually have all my private repositories too. Since I authenticated, I was able to list all my private repositories as well. So we want to get rid of that test repo that we just made. Okay, so let's look for, am I blind? Oh, there it is, number 13. Okay, so I'm going to enter in 13. So it says deleting test, and then we should get like a nice success. So test successfully deleted, says Q204. Okay, so now let's go look and make sure it actually deleted here. So I'll query that information again, and now we only have 12 repos and there's no test repo. So just to show that you know, it just doesn't work with mine. Let's go and list the repositories for our professor, BTO Pro. Okay, there we go. So now we can see all his repos that he has here public. And yeah, look at all these. Now I think it might cap at 30 or 29 because I think so. If I query the user's information, so let's do BTO Pro's information. And yeah, so it says he has 120 public repos. So obviously it doesn't pick up on every single repo, which is kind of disappointing. I guess it's a limitation on the API. But here we have information for BTO Pro's profile. So he has 120 public repos, 70 GIFs. He has 95 followers, 53 following. And here's his website. And he's been a user since 2010. So that was pretty much it for the program that I created. All the source code will be in the link in the description to my GitHub. So go check that out, start the repository. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'm leaving. Peace.